my channel. So for today's video, I am going to be doing a super glowy makeup look using all NARS products, and I'm hoping that I stick to all NARS products. I actually attended a NARS masterclass recently and I learned a lot of great new tips that I just didn't even realize were helpful tips. And I bought at least 5 new NARS products and I own at least 3 already, so I figured I have enough to do almost a completely full makeup look just using NARS, and I absolutely love this brand. So if you are interested in getting the look in the thumbnail, then keep watching. So these are all of the NARS products that I bought recently. I went a little bit crazy, not too crazy though, because 3 out of the 5 of these are brushes, but brushes are just as important as our actual makeup, you could argue. I got the NARS Sheer Glow Liquid Foundation. My shade is Light 3.5 Salzburg. And then I got the Ita brush to go along with that. Yachio Kabuki brush. Number 44 Precision Contour brush, which I'm going to use both on my lips and possibly on my eyes. And then the Satin Lip Pencil Crayon in Golden Gate. So to start off, I'm actually going to use a primer. This is the Too Faced Hangover Primer. I like this one because it's super hydrating, and we are going for a really glowy look today, so anything hydrating is going to be key to give your face like a really natural glowy look. So this is of course a super glowy natural NARS look, but this is also a mini NARS haul and also kind of my first impressions of some of these products. For example, the Sheer Glow Foundation I have never tried before, but I heard good things. When I took the NARS masterclass, they mentioned that this foundation is kind of the in-between between a, it's not a, what do you call it? It's more coverage than a tinted moisturizer, but it's not totally full coverage. So if you want a little bit more than a tinted moisturizer, but you're not like a total full coverage girl, which like I totally fall into that category, this is supposed to be good. And I double checked to make sure that it wasn't matte, because I don't like matte anything. When it comes to makeup, I'm like a super glowy type of a girl. So this is it. I'm just going to take a little bit on my hands. When I took the class, they really urged us to apply foundation using our hands, because it sort of warms up the product and makes it apply much more smoothly and gives it a much more of a natural finish. Next, I'm going to open up my Yachio Kabuki brush. So this is the brush. I'm sure that you've seen it before. It is just a kabuki brush, but on a stick. It actually also comes to a point here, so it's good for contouring, or you can use it to apply setting powder, which is exactly what I'm going to use it for. So NARS doesn't have a super glowy setting powder that I know of, so I'm going to go in with my Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder, and I'm just going to take that with that kabuki brush. What I do is I actually just blend all 3 shades together, and then I just sort of lightly brush that all over my face just to give it that really glowy sort of slightly bronzed, just naturally beautiful look. Ugh, I love the way that this brush feels on the face. It's actually really nice. The thing is like you could buy cheap brushes at the drugstore for nothing, but if it's something that you use every single day, which if you think about how many of your items in your room or of your possessions that you actually use every day, makeup brushes is probably high on that list. So I think that it's a good investment, you know, something that you're going to get a lot of use out of, and especially for something that you use every single day. For my bronzer, I'm going to be going in with a cult favorite for NARS fans, and that is the Laguna bronzer, of course. It's just a great bronzer, and it's great for contouring as well. I've hit pan on mine. Oh, I've always wanted to say that in a YouTube video. I've hit pan. And I purchased the brush that I always see makeup artists and other makeup lovers using when they are applying bronzer, especially for contouring, and that is the Ita brush. So this is a really flat brush. It's super thin as well, so it's great for kind of like getting in all of those areas. But you would think, you know, since it's very flat, you would kind of go in like this. And you can, of course, but a tip that I learned from the NARS masterclass is that to actually use this as your guide. So what you want to do is actually line this up with your ear in the corner of your nose, and this is basically the section that you want to apply your bronzer in. So the way that they showed me was they would take a little bit of the bronzer, so they were using Laguna, and lining it up like this, and then actually applying it sideways as opposed to, you know, digging in like that. It actually is a much more natural look if you take it this way and you just follow that path that you just followed here. So you can already see that that is a super natural looking contour, especially from the front. It's just kind of shaded in. It looks like I have dimension on my face rather than I just bronzed it all over the place. So I'm going to show you on the next side. Right there. Wow, that's insane. It's like you spend so much time with so many different types of brushes just trying to like get it in there and figure out exactly how to do it, and then you just take this giant thing, go back and forth like that. It's so easy, and it comes out perfect. It's insane. But yes, I really do like that. So then I'm just going to take some and then go over some of the other high points of my face where the sun would naturally hit my face. So you could do a B3 shapes, meaning like B3, so your forehead, under your cheeks, and then under your chin on both sides. And then for me, I'm actually going to take it down both sides of my nose just to contour my nose, because I have a giant nose. And then I actually like to, and this brush actually makes it really easy, is to just go over the tip of my nose like that, because I feel like it gives it almost like a cute little, like a bunnier nose look. Ugh, I don't know. Next, I'm going to use a NARS product for a multi-purpose. It is the Earth Shine NARS. It's actually a mini eyeshadow, but I'm going to use it both as an eyeshadow and as a highlighter. So using the kabuki brush from before, and using this tiny little mirror, because it's like the viewfinder and the tiny mirror. And so, oh my gosh, I need to show you this close up because it's a beautiful pink shade. So just taking a bit of that, I'm going to apply that on the high points of my cheeks. That's a super glowy look. And then I also like to just put a little bit on the tip of my nose and then down the bridge. And then some on the Cupid's bow. I actually like to use my finger for that and just kind of like push your lips out a little bit and just go over with your finger. Alright, now this is where it gets interesting. Because this is a super glowy summer look, I'm not going to go in and do some crazy smoky eye. I'm actually going to be really simple with this. So I'm going to take this same shade that we were using on my finger and just go straight in with my finger on my eyelid and use that as my eyeshadow. Wow, this is actually a really beautiful shade. And that's the thing, is sometimes where they market certain products as this one's a blush, this one's an eyeshadow, this one's a highlighter, but there's no reason that you can't use any one of those for the other one, meaning just because it's a highlighter doesn't mean that you can't use it for an eyeshadow. Just because it's an eyeshadow doesn't mean you can't use it for a highlighter. You can put a bronzer and use it as your crease shade. You can use a blush as your eyeshadow. It's really whatever you want. There's really no rules in makeup. Sometimes we get marketed these things as, oh, this is for this and that's for that. But really, they're all just shades in a different formula. And once they're on your face, I don't think anyone's going to point that out and be like, wait, is that a highlighter on your eyes? Like, no. So I'm going to make sure that I also get it under my brow bone. So the order that I like to do my face is bronzer, highlight, and then blush. Because bronzer is always, I feel like, going to be the base. And I don't like putting my blush on before my highlight because I feel like if I put my highlight on over my blush, it kind of covers the blush a little bit. Whereas I'd rather have it kind of be like, you know, a little bit of a pop on my cheek, and then the highlight is there and the bronzer is there as well. So using that same brush, and that's the thing, is like you can use these brushes for multiple products too. I'm going to take another NARS cult favorite. This is the Orgasm Blush. And if you guys have watched my channel, or actually I don't know if I've mentioned this on my channel before, the very first product that I ever bought from Sephora, meaning my first like high-end makeup product, something that wasn't just bought from the drugstore down the street, something that I actually liked, was actually the NARS. Actually, it might have been the Super Orgasm Blush, but I remember when it came in the mail, I was so excited. It had the little gold flecks and like the peachy shade, and yeah, that'll always be my favorite makeup product. If I ever had to choose like what is your favorite makeup product, it would have to be that one. Also, blush is the category of makeup that I just find is my favorite. But anyways, so I had to use that blush for this video. So obviously I hit pan on here. I'm just going to take a little bit of that on the kabuki brush and then just smile a little bit and apply it to the apples of my cheeks. I always, like out of complete habit, I always, once I'm done doing my cheeks, I just do a little bit on my nose, forehead, and chin, just like that. I don't know why, I can't not do it. I feel like it just helps the look. Yeah, like that. I can't not. Next, I'm just going to quickly do my lashes off camera. I don't have a NARS mascara, so I'm going to use the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara with the Surratt eyelash curler. So I'm just going to do that off camera and I will be right back. Alright, at this point it's super glowy. I'll show you at the end, maybe near the window, to see if I can get like, it's actually golden hour right now, so maybe I'll even go outside and show you how the makeup is looking in the sunlight. But alright, so last thing, and again, this is a really simple look. We're already onto this. So last thing is my lips, and I'm going to do something that I've never done before, which is apply my lipstick with a brush. And I've always wanted to do this. I always felt like I had those like flimsy little lip brushes, and it almost didn't seem like it made sense. It kind of felt pointless to put on your lipstick with a brush. But when I took the NARS masterclass, she highly recommended it. So using the number 44 precision contour brush, it looks like this, with the satin lip pencil in Golden Gate. I love opening up new products. Yeah, so it's this one. It almost reminds me of a lip crayon. But she was explaining to me, like, yeah, you could go ahead and like apply it straight to your lips. It's just going to be a little bit harsh. But if you want a really natural, just like, oh, this is just my lips, like what color, then it's much more subtle, much more natural looking if you apply it with a brush. So she recommended these two. So what I'm going to do is just pick up a little bit of this lip pencil on my brush. And I already own a brush like this, and I actually use it for my under eye, like shading eyeshadow almost as like an eyeliner under my under eye. But this one I'm just going to keep for this purpose and apply that to my lips. Wow, I really like that. And like applying it with a brush really does give it a subtle look. I have to say I was a little bit skeptical, but wow. Wow, okay. So that's the makeup done. I'm going to maybe take you by the window or take you outside just to get kind of like a full look of what it looks like. So this is the makeup in natural light. I really like it. It definitely is super glowy, but super contoured. And the lip shade is so nice. It's super natural. It's not like, oh, I have so much lipstick on. There's no pencil. It's just naturally kind of in there is like a color, like almost like a tint. And yeah, let's go outside. It's like I'm trying to find the direct sunlight, but the sun is going down. It's like 7:30 and still the beginning of the summer, so it's not light out too late, but I feel like I might be able to find it somewhere. I don't know, maybe that's just me being optimistic, but maybe if I turn the corner. But yeah, I really like the look, and I feel like the biggest test is if it looks good out in the natural sunlight. So I can't find any direct sunlight, unfortunately, but I do think that this is the most natural that I can find. I'm literally like in the middle of, not in the middle of the street, but you know. But, you know, I do feel like this look looks really great. I love the glowiness of the highlight and the contour, how great it was with that brush. Look at how like precise that is, it's amazing. And the eyes are super glowy as well with that eyeshadow. So yeah, all right, hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you liked it, please subscribe and give it a thumbs up. And also, if you're interested, I have an Instagram account. It's called The Fashion Squirrel, and go give me a follow over there, say hi, and hopefully I'll see you guys in my next video. All right, bye guys.